I've been cooking up some fire beats in the studio. Yo, it's Devlog 11, and for anyone new here, Shield Maidens is an endless run of platformer with co-op that I've been working on. Since the last devlog, I've added new weapons, there's a new boss, a complete visual overhaul, and I've even added sound and music to the game. So the latest boss is the Kraken, and they do not want to make it easy for you. If you've never heard of this mythical creature before, just know that they're huge in size, they have dozens of tentacles, and they're strong enough to pull a ship under the sea. When you eventually do take your adventure to the sea, you'll need to take a ship, but even the sea won't save you from any regular enemies, because there's archers that also rest in those lighthouses. So not only do you need to fight and defend from the ranged attackers, but you're also going to have a huge Kraken on your tail. Pro tip, don't let those tentacles sneak up on you. Back in your settlement, whether your home is a fully built house or just a couple of tents, you can now interact with it and change what items the player carries. As you can see on the right, we've got a couple new options such as the sword and the bow. These will only be your secondary weapons though, since your main will always be your shield. With the sword you can dash into enemies and damage multiple at the same time. You can even deflect projectiles if you react and swing quick enough. So who needs a shield? This also allows for dealing some heavy damage if you're feeling brave enough to get up close and personal. The bow can also be a great choice if you prefer taking precise shots and using distance to your advantage. This can be more accurate than throwing your shield, and you magically have an infinite amount of arrows. The only con is that you're not as protected than if you were holding your shield. The damage is a bit lower compared to other weapons as well. So right now you can only select weapons, but I do plan to add a feature for changing your hairstyle, your skin colour, and even helmets. This will be released sometime in the early access stage. And just as a little fun, I would like to ask people to come into the Discord, design some hairstyles or funny hats yourself, share it with us, and I'll let you know if it gets into the game. The sea area that I did for the Kraken is actually what inspired me to do 2.5D for everything else. Personally, I feel like the environment and the characters are much easier to follow on the screen now. And I was a little bit worried about the painted grass not fitting too well with the line art style, but seeing them together I actually think they do complement each other. I even placed a bit of fog in the background to add a bit of depth mystery. And now looking at an older version of Shield Maidens next to this, the visuals have definitely come a long way. On a side note about game feel, I've gone and added a bit more sense of urgency when reaching bosses, and the camera will now zoom in on a focus point during a boss battle scene, so it's much more obvious what's going on and you get a full clear image of the threat you're about to face. As I mentioned at the start, one of the last things I've finally added to the game is sound and music. I've been cooking up some fire beats in the studio, and the Shield Maidens mixtape is about to drop. I'm just kidding, there's a mute button if you don't like it. Alright, so I've covered a lot in this devlog, and I'm pushing hard to get this game out in early access before the end of this year. That way I can continue to update the game and get feedback from those who love playing it. If you do like what you've seen so far, then please remember to like, subscribe, and I'd love to see more of you in the Discord channel. Thanks for watching.